The Dead by Daylight comp scene is in complete and utter shambles right now. And there's been a lot of crap that's been going on that I haven't really covered outside of the original big document that happened recently that I covered last week on the channel, or Monday for you guys watching here on Twitch. All right, Deli, have a good day. Those of you watching here on Twitch, the video's coming out Monday of me covering a very big competitive scandal, and then Tuesday is going to drop a video. The DBD CA got dismantled, but one thing I haven't covered is a Dead by Daylight player by the name of Wispy. Wispy is an absolute fucking nard who has done a lot of dumb shit. And said a lot of dumb shit. Now, I am not going to get into everything Wispy has done today because we would be here all fucking day. But we are going to start with this ignorant ass tweet from Wispy where he says, "A single e-girl ruins the entire DBD comp scene." Now, if you're not aware, he's referring to the grooming allegations and has chosen to boil it down to an e-girl. Over the next couple of days, Wispy would then go on several unhinged rants where he would cry about being canceled over, quote, nothing, but he would do things like saying that racism isn't that bad, because if you don't act on it, it's not that bad. Or that Hitler was just a guy with different opinions. Or that the minors who got groomed were at fault. I bring all this up to bring up this tweet that I saw today from Milk Dud. Milk Dud says, "I keep seeing posts like one person ruined the whole comp scene. Be so for real right now. Every single thing I've seen come from comp scene has been racism, grooming, transphobia, sexism, edgy teenagers with dark humor, etc. The good people are the minority here. DBD comp is shit and a joke." And originally, today's video was going to be about whether or not it is like more than one person or more than a few people. But the reality of the situation is that, yeah, comp scene has been ruined by more than a few people. So much of what Milk Dud said here has been absolutely accurate to literally everything. Every time I see competitive DBD players getting into some shit, it's one of these things. On top of that is the overwhelming amounts of ego and arrogance that tend to come from the comp scene. And realistically speaking, DBD competitive scene is just full of fucking nards. And I hate that it's that way because you have genuinely good people like Hens that are in the comp scene. Yeah, it's just full of nards. But what ended up catching my attention and what made me want to do this video was actually this response to Milk Dud from Milk the First Lemon Lord, who says, "I've never liked the idea of turning DBD into a competitive esport. I'm still of the opinion that competitive DBD is part of the reason that the game sucks, and they are not beating the allegations with this nonsense. Best to just mute, block, and move on." Now, obviously, this is Twitter, so you're not going to get a lot of nuanced takes from it, but I did want to run with this opinion and think about what it is and think about what it is that this person said, right? They said that DBD competitive esports shouldn't exist and that it is the fault of the comp scene as to why Dead by Daylight sucks. Now, I don't understand what they mean when they say Dead by Daylight sucks. As much as Dead by Daylight can frustrate me sometimes, I think it's more of the community that's the problem dealing with their nonsense than really anything else. As a game, Dead by Daylight works pretty fairly well, at least in my opinion. But generally speaking, I would say that Dead by Daylight's in a pretty good spot. But The better question was, should Dead by Daylight have a competitive esports scene? And that was the interesting thing to me, because almost every single competitive online game has an esports scene. Fucking Apex, Overwatch, Valorant, Dota, Hearthstone. There's competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! There's competitive Magic the Gathering. You know, they all have it. Fucking Splatoon has an esports scene. Super Smash Brothers has an esports scene. Realistically speaking, almost every competitive game has an esports scene. Quake's esports scene is still alive and well. So why should Dead by Daylight be the exception to that rule? Why shouldn't there be a competitive esports scene for a game that has competitive PvP elements? Because as much as you want to call it a casual game, you are still competing against other people. And I will hold that opinion till the day I die. Dead by Daylight is a casual competitive game. But you know what? Fortnite is a casual battle royale. It's a casual shooter. It's the battle royale genre. Perhaps the most casual shooter genre in the world. So I don't think that the main game being a bit casual means that competitive shouldn't exist. But what I do think is that competitive seems like it's such a faraway idea to most people, because realistically speaking, most of the comp scene is an unorganized mess that's riddled with a bunch of teenagers and dark humor adults. And so everybody's interaction with the comp scene has just been pretty much completely negative. Even a person who, I'm not going to name them, but the very first time I met them, they were running a charity tournament, which one of my friends competed in, and they ended up being someone who invalidated the trauma of fellow trans people, because they're also a trans creator. They would invalidate the trauma and experience of other trans people, basically being like, I don't know what you other trans people are talking about. I'm treated just fine in the DBD community. I don't really see any transphobia. You know, basically being that kind of person. And they were a competitive player. It's like most competitive players I have met have been these egotistical, arrogant sons of bitches who just don't have any like emotional regard for anyone else. And part of the reason that is because there's no love found in the competitive scene, and so there's no love lost when the casuals come across competitive players, because they almost all of them have a superiority complex. I think competitive Dead by Daylight should exist, but like I said in my last two videos on this, I think that the competitive scene needs an actual organization, an actual group of people who actually lay out rules and regulations, are actually strict, and are actually prepared to deal with the bullshit that comes with running competitive organizations. You need fully functioning staff, fully functioning teams to do this. And I think that a lot of people just don't understand that when it comes to competitive play. But that's all I have for you guys over on the YouTube. Please let me know what you think down below. And as always, a great big special thank you to my channel members listed on screen now. You want to find out how to become a channel member today, get awesome perks like seeing videos early, personalized coaching, merch discount codes, and more, then please click that join button down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Need more Kaiser in your life? Well, I've got you covered. Check out my second channel, The Kaiser Extras, where I upload full gameplays, stream compilations, me reacting to your Dead by Daylight clips, and more. We also upload a daily short with all the greatest clips from stream. We'll see you over there. Link is in the description.